Hi everyone, I'm joining you from my art room and sand tray room where I have some sand tray characters, and it's a fun way to explain what's going on in your mind. And today I want to explain what's going on in my mind, and my mind has been thinking about how to explain what I'm doing with the horses lately. And so I'm going to take you into my sand tray and explain it to you. So I'm going to take you into my sand tray here. Before I do that, I wanted to explain a quick intro into internal family systems. And that's a type of therapy model. It's also a way of explaining just how we were created, how our brains work, that we all were born with a soul, and that life force energy that many cultures had different words for, that we have this access to calm and creativity and to confidence and clarity and connectedness. And that's all innate within us as people. And we all are born with different personality temperaments, with different aptitudes and gifts. And throughout life, those parts of us that maybe were meant to be helpful are burdened throughout life. And that could be through trauma or through society and just different ways we were raised. But maybe a part of us that was gifted to being helpful becomes a people pleaser through having to protect us and to keep us in connection with others. So these parts of us are meant for good, and they are doing a good purpose for our lives. It's just that they can sometimes become in control of us when we don't want them to. You can think about reasons why people come to therapy, like depression or anger, anxiety, that these parts of us that are protecting us can be taking over when we really want us to be led from ourselves, from our soul, and that we want these parts to be unburdened. We want them to be able to be in alignment with our soul's purpose. So I want to explain a little bit about how that can look with the horses and explain that in the sand tray. All right, so in our sand tray, we have our horse in our pretend therapy session. And for an example, we'll pretend that we have a mother coming into therapy who'd like to work on that transition and becoming a mother who is more connected and regulated. And we can represent that with this little Care Bear, that she wants to be a sweet, calm mother. And as she's talking about, what's going on in her life, she might notice some critical thoughts that arise, and maybe we'll represent that with, the crab. So as she's talking about being a mother, and she notices, I wish I could just do it better, and if only I, weren't such a terrible mother, I could be doing so much, I could be so much a better mom. And the horse is going to respond to that blending of the critical part taking over our system. And the horse is going to respond to that energy. And when we're able to be aware of it and say, get some space from the critical part to get to know the critical part of us, what they're aiming to do. And that space allows for more of our self energy to be present. And the horse responds to that. They're really great at attuning to our energy and knowing when we are having those self energy qualities of calm, connected, curious, compassionate. The horses really respond well to that. As the mom's talking, she may also be talking a little bit about, anger as a mother, and maybe this Hulk person comes and is taking over, her awareness, and she's talking about her kids never listen, they talk back, they're sassy, and the horse is going to respond to that as well. That as we're trying to form a relationship with the horse, and we're being in partnership with them in therapy, and we're discussing our concerns, the horse is going to respond to that energy. So then we ask for some space from the angry part, get to know that part, and maybe we're uncovering some burdens. Maybe we're uncovering a memory from childhood about having an angry parent. And then we're able to focus on healing that memory. And the horses are great partners in that. that they're going to be a witness for us. They're going to be attuned to us, and they're going to be just calm and compassionate creatures to help us on that journey. We may also have just some goals of doing some tasks with the horses that are going to bring up those parts naturally. So whatever we're doing in life, our parts are coming with us. So, if we ask the horse to follow us or to be haltered, and maybe they are ignoring us, they just aren't coming and they aren't listening, we may have some depressive parts that become and be more blended with us and more of our awareness, and that we become low energy and depressed. And the horse is, going to respond to that. And as we're able to notice those parts and to focus on healing and unburdening and unblending from them, we can get more engagement from the horse, and we can accomplish more of our horse specific goals. So whatever we're working on in therapy, those parts are going to be present, and the horses are going to be there to attune to that energy and to assist us in healing.